So it's 10:37 or something like that. I don't know. It's about. I have about 20 minutes to get myself to the orderly client, and of course, I woke up at 8 with the alarm. Got out of bed around almost 30 minutes later. Was pressing the snooze button. Got about 7 hours sleep. I had 2 coffees this time. I figured I might as well. I haven't eaten. My left eye is more swollen than my right, but they're both still swollen. All I put on my face now is Cetaphil and canola oil, like just oil to kind of. I do that in the shower just to prevent my face from drying out, but I'm trying to not get it more irritated from anything else. Well, I have sunscreen on, but this sunscreen doesn't get into my eyes, the kids' version. I didn't even send a message saying I'm leaving to get there, because I know the guy isn't up. When I was there last week, the guy taking care of him would wake him up at 11. So there's no point in me sending a message. And the guy taking care of him doesn't even get the messages, and I don't have a telephone number. So there's that. So that's one of my concerns. What's going to happen if something happens to me? But anyways, I'm anxious because, the fear of rejection, the fear of not being good enough for just this type of job. I took some notes, but I reviewed them, but it's like, okay, it has to be when I'm there. And I know that a lot of it's going to be guided by him, and I did do this for the internship, so I kind of know what I'm doing, but I don't believe in myself, so. And that was always like that with everything, so. Alright, so I'm almost there. I think another 5 minutes walking down the block. A thought came to my head because the first time I had a conversation with this guy who has muscular dystrophy, we were talking, and I said I divulged some things because I tried to be real and transparent and vulnerable. I'm trying to rebuild my life and all that, and I didn't mention anything about borderline, but he had mentioned that the last person might not work because he's got ADHD, big time. So that kind of, I mentioned in one of the first videos of talking about this new person, but I learned, obviously I'm not going to say anything. I haven't been diagnosed with it, and it is only one person as opposed to 32 people when I was working as an orderly. I thought I wouldn't. I immediately was like, okay, I might. It might be better to not talk too much about my situation, So there's that. That's what I learned from the orderly job. Don't be too transparent. All right, it's just about 2:00. I just got in a few minutes ago because I did some grocery shopping. I bought some of this and I had that because my blood sugar was going low. I didn't eat since this morning. You could see I feel a little better because things went well at the guy's place, because the other guy was there, Belgian guy, who lives there, and his girlfriend was there and his child, and his plans are going to be going to Australia. So to sum it up, I stayed there a little longer even after doing the job. I did most of it, because I took charge. He was impressed, and the guy who I was taking care of was impressed. Of course, near the end, it was harder to retain things because I didn't take the notes for that, but it was fun, and it was good. And if I'm talking a lot, and I was talking a lot afterwards, and so was he, and the guy, the patient also. So it's like, if you kind of get lost and if I kind of get lost and I don't want to leave, and I'm there like a half hour later and we're just talking, and it's just no pressure, and that's good. So I went out there and I was like, oh wow. So I guess that's why I feel good, because it was a good environment. So I'll be going tomorrow too. Mind you, I'm not getting paid yet. Or maybe I'll get paid. He mentioned something about some sort of payment, but technically, right now, he has to get paid the stipend or whatever, because he doesn't work. If he's like on a wheelchair, muscular dystrophy, he can't move. But yeah, I'm under the assumption that I'm just doing this until I learn it, and then I'm going to be learning how to do it at night, put him to bed. And then in between, it's like free time, so I can go to my drawing class. It won't even interfere, because that finishes at 9:30, and I could just hop on a subway and go there. It's just like kind of matter of fact, just go to his place, wake him up, matter of fact, well, take an hour and a half to clean him up a bit and make him go to the bathroom. He's not light, he's at 120 pounds. It's maybe I'm used to 120-pound dumbbells, which I don't lift often, but that's concentrated in him, it's spread over. So it's not light. It's have to make sure not to blow my back out, and his bed is a little high, so I have to be careful of that and stuff like that, but I'm aware of it. As an orderly, you have to make sure that your back doesn't give out. You have to make sure your knees are good. The gym is for that. Anyways, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, matter of factly, just go do what I need to do during the day, and then go and put him to bed, do the routine to put him to bed, and that's it. And the other guy lives there, so he could just have the rest of the day free to do whatever. And he's got his girlfriend there, and so it's like there's action. So, yeah. So far, so good. So it's 10 to 10. That's 10 to 7. So it's 6:50 around. So I decided to go to the gym that's closer here. I woke up with the alarm at 5. So I got out under 2 hours. So that's good. Oh, there's a cat. There's a squirrel there. Hey, cat. Anyways, so I got new glasses yesterday because the ones I got at the dollar store were breaking already, and I only had them for like 6 days. These cost more, and I have a glasses case, so I take care of them. They're a brand name, actually, Fossil, so that's a bit reassuring, I guess. So I managed to get up at 5 or 5:10. And before 5:10, I Had a coffee, made a coffee, had a coffee. Just to save on the pre-workout because it's cheaper. Did my hair with, the minoxidil, which is always a grind daily. My eyes are still swollen, like the tops of the lids are like cracking and stuff, but it's about a couple percent better. Coming to accept that I won't be putting much on my face for a long time, except for the sunscreen, Cetaphil, and some oil right after the shower. Maybe Vaseline if needed. Have a little bit of that's what I do. I put a little bit of color on it, and then I wash it off at the gym. Just blend it in there. What else? Oh. And I cleaned the toilet. So that's good. And I know what I'm going to be doing for my workout as per usual, but now I've changed it so that I only focus on one exercise with the weights plus the cardio. And then the rest of the stuff is just like 1 or 2 sets to maintain it. So I've gotten more of a specific or even global view of what I need to do. The more I watch some Dr. Mike Israetel videos and some other videos, Dave Tate and like those things, it's like keep learning and keep applying it to me, so I'm always progressing. Yesterday I made a soup, so I bought 2 big cans of soup, and then I added what I had for potatoes left. I had frozen vegetables left, all that stuff, and I have half of it still left over, so that's good. So I'm saying all this because when I get I would go to the gym that's further, but I think I might not get home in time, and then I have to leave my place at 10:30 maximum, so I'd like to relax before that and then go take care of the client, the orderly client. The other guy's gonna be there, so that's good. Still need help. I took some more notes as I remember the details I need to do. There's one thing I forget how to do, and it's near the beginning, but I'll have to, I know the first step, but then I'll have to kind of figure it out, because I didn't even do it yesterday. He kind of took over, and then I kind of blanked out for a second. So I didn't retain all of it. And then some of the machines. Anyways, so if it's not quite obvious, it's like at least I'm learning about keeping the structure in my life by structuring his life, and the routine, and not thinking too much about it. See, for this orderly client, I can't really think any way other than just do what needs to be done and what he wants done, and that's it, and then leave. It doesn't happen when I'm personally, because I kind of get in my head and worry about the things I haven't done, and so I feel a little bit more together today, just because of that. So I couldn't sleep yesterday, even though I technically got into bed with 8 hours sleep, but I couldn't sleep. Could be because of the second coffee yesterday. Could also be that it's just a different time schedule. I was mulling over notes of how to take care of the orderly and what the I'm the orderly, the client, what I want in my life, like how I want my life set up, with experiences that that you don't know time is passing, that you like being there. So that's what should make life more enjoyable, So that's good. But despite not sleeping that well, it has less of an effect on me. It's less fatiguing because I'm not in my head as much. Well, I was in my head in bed yesterday, but still.